Hello, in this jQuery programming tutorial, I am going to cover the difference between uncompressed and minified and slim minified. Actually, this is relevant for any sort of JavaScript library in general and probably many other coding files. There are a lot of similarities, but especially JavaScript files. Okay, so we have uncompressed, minified, slim, and slim minified. What I'm going to do is literally just open up the code file, which we can do by just getting the source, and we can literally just open that up. That'll open up the actual JavaScript file. So that's the uncompressed one. We'll do it in order. And once I've opened this up, you'll begin, or straight away, you'll probably see some difference. And from there, I'll start explaining the few main differences. It's not really that complex, but it's something really important to go over so you know which one to use. And in the past I've used another framework that's depended on jQuery, and it's included jQuery itself, and it's used one of these versions, and I was trying to use a certain feature and it wasn't working because it wasn't in that particular version of it. So that's why it's very important to know the difference. Okay, so we got these four main ones. So this is uncompressed, this is the minified version, or compressed I should say, and this is slim, this is slim minified. So let me first just go over uncompressed and minified. So when I'm saying minified, I'm essentially meaning compressed. So uncompressed it's basically uncompressed. You have empty lines, you have spaces between all of the different characters and keywords. So what minification does, that is the technical term in when you compress code files. What minification does, it removes all code that is unnecessary for it to run. So for example, this code is unnecessary for it to run. This comment I should say is unnecessary for it to run. You see these spaces between the equals, you don't actually need them. If you get rid of them, the code will still run. But if I got rid of these spaces, this space here, this will cause an error. Therefore those spaces will remain. Any characters, essentially spaces and comments that are unnecessary and new lines, that will get removed, and you'll just be one big line that just spans over multiple rows. So these two files essentially are allow you to do the same thing. They provide the same functionality. Why would you use one over the other? You would use the uncompressed version because it allows you to go into the code and you can look at it. It's readable. You can see what's what. Here it's just a big mess. But on the flip side, because you've reduced the amount of data inside of it, you've reduced the file size. So it provides faster file loading. So there's quite a common practice with web developers, especially when you go into more complex projects and with bigger companies, to use a uncompressed version of the JavaScript file, jQuery or something else, doesn't really matter, while you're developing. But when you actually push it to release, so when users start using it, they have the minified version. So functionality wise, it doesn't change, but it just ensures that you can serve the smallest file possible to them. Okay, so that's uncompressed and minified. So what's the difference between slim and slim minified? So first of all, let me just say slim is slightly different to uncompressed, which I'm going to cover in a second. But slim minified is just basically the the minified, the compressed version of the slim file. That's it. So now all we need to do is cover what's the difference between the slim or slim minified and the regular or regular minified. And essentially there are certain features that are removed from slim. Features such as Ajax, FX, and deprecated code is removed because that isn't always used. They provide a slim version which reduces the file size even smaller. So this will have a smaller file size than this one, and then ultimately this will have a smaller file size than all of them, because not only does it have the code removed for Ajax, effects, and deprecated code, it's being minified itself as well. So those are the differences between uncompressed, minified, slim, and slim minified. And that is it. Like I said, a lot of this is relatable to other code files as well, especially other JavaScript. You would definitely see uncompressed and minified, or uncompressed and compressed for other frameworks and libraries. So just bear that in mind. Those are the main differences. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.